How's it going, trainers? Coming at you with the best Blaine deck in Pokemon Pocket right now, in my opinion, that features Moltres EX alongside a potent range of 2 energy attackers. Rapidash from Mythical Island alongside Ninetales both enjoy getting powered up ASAP. And then we rotate through a variety of 1 knockout point Pokemon that blast for incredible amounts of damage, especially alongside the deck's namesake in Blaine. The basic idea is relatively straightforward. You want to lead on that Moltres, power up our single point attackers on the bench, and then retreat the Moltres out to make our opponent clear 3 different potent attackers that all kick for 2 energy. We have 1 copy of Mythical Island Magmar in here as well. While it's definitely the worst of our 2 energy attackers, it's pretty important every game that we assemble 3 of them to make our opponent run through, and it does work with Blaine as well, so it's kind of like an extra one in a pinch when we can't assemble multiple copies of either Rapidash or Ninetales. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the gameplay. I think it does a great job of showcasing this deck works excellently when you start with Moltres, but it's also pretty functional with our 2 energy attackers in the games where you don't, giving you a little bit more dynamic game plan than the traditional Moltres Arcanine or Moltres Charizard decks have, where they really have to have that bird for acceleration. If you enjoy what you see, smash that like button. For the rest of the day, have fun. It's a weekly video series where I comb through all of the thousands of deck lists that are played in Pokemon Pocket tournaments and grab out new and unique ones that had successful finishes. I'm gonna research first here to maximize my chance of finding Vulpix for Ninetales. Yikes. I think this is a playing Magmar out angle because I might want to put... I guess I could have waited a turn because I'm not dancing this turn anyways. Pyrotheon, thank you for the almost 7 years. Welcome back. It's a long time. They put the energy on Heliotile on the back. Interesting. Can I get a Vulpix, please? Nailed it. Yeah, I should have waited to play the Magmar out. Dork is clunking up my bench now. You can dance if you wanna. Do 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 do. Yeah, this evolution only has 90, so I'm pretty sure Ninetales just goes full Trogdor from this point. Just cleans everything up. Tauros Blastoise or Tauros Pidgeot, which is more consistent? I would assume the deck without Misty is more consistent, but I would wager the Blastoise build is more powerful. Hey, Abide, thank you for the 21 months. Welcome back. Deal 90s for 2 gamers. Too strong. Too strong, those deal 90s for 2. Jay Shed, thank you for the over 3 years. Welcome back. PKEX is too little too late, and even if it had come sooner, we had Blaine to blow it down. allow my old man to crunch you. Yeah, having two different cards, Ninetales and new Rapidash, that crack for a lot of damage for 2, with Moltres letting you set both of them up to get going, feels really clean. But you're not playing for value. You're not playing because the tournaments are worth it in terms of money. You're playing because you enjoy competing and you enjoy traveling. A lot of TCG players have this hyper fixation about getting value, and I think they do it quite regularly to talk themselves into making bad choices. A lot of times you hear people about how their cards that they're buying isn't a purchase, it's an investment. And they use the investment angle to justify spending a lot of money they don't actually have to buy cardboard. You are much better off playing games for fun and because you enjoy them or you enjoy the competitive aspect. Not because you have some type of silly idea that it's investment. All right, if I hit X speed here, we might Moltres this turn, question mark. All right, no X speed, so I don't have to think about that. Bro exposing the TCG community. I have a lot of good Magic players and tournament players are degen stories from my time traveling. But I think the one that takes the cake is one of the tournament series I played in regularly. They paid you via check for prize money if you made top 8, but they paid you cash if you made top 32, and they just gave you either $100 for top 16 or $50 for top 32. And one of the people that was playing in the tournament I was in had to concede his match he was playing for top 8 because, and I quote, "If I didn't get the $100 cash from top 16 today, I didn't have money to eat tonight." And that was just one of those, man, we need to make some choices that don't involve going to a Magic the Gathering tournament if that's where we're at in life. Probably not putting energy on it anyways, so we'll wait a turn. This might want to be another Ponyta. Glitchy, thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. As another lesson on how tournament stuff works for the people at home, people talking about they could have sold their cards. Most of those types of players didn't own the cards they were playing with. In fact, even someone like myself who is like financially stable while playing, I didn't own most of the cards I played in because you wanted to change decks enough. Like that $19,000 I spent in that year didn't involve me buying a lot of cards. That was with me borrowing a significant number of cards that I played. Generally speaking, the only time you bought and owned cards as a tournament grinder was the first week of a new set, because you couldn't find cards to borrow the first week of a new set because the vendors and collectors you would borrow from needed them in stock to sell or to play with themselves that weekend. So usually the only time I actually spent my money to own cards was when the set had just released. How much did you make when you discovered? Yeah, so that's actually a fun story. Someone asked, how much did you make when you discovered Hagerback Walker before everybody else? And big testing teams will tell you this too. The way you actually made the most money playing competitive TCGs and being good at them wasn't even in prize money, because tournaments and card games are high variance. The best way to make money was to figure out cards that were cracked before the wider community did, and then buying hundreds of copies of them, and then seeing them put up results in tournaments and then selling them at 5 to 10x. Like running it as a stock market when you just like had the inside line because you were good at the game was actually the best way to make money at it. If they have Vaporeon, this Articuno probably single-handedly clears us out this game, unfortunately. It was very, very common for testing teams. They're like, okay, we figured this out. We're going to go in on a couple hundred and we'll split the profits afterwards. Insider trading the game. I mean, anybody could have had the information. Well, this means no Vaporeon, yeah? No Vaporeon this turn, and getting to cook this Articuno for 120 is pretty good for the home team. What was the incentive for people to let you borrow cards? Some of it was they'd be shops that you'd write or make content for, and other bits of it would be like they were just people that liked you, or they wanted to say you had their deck or whatever if you were someone of notoriety. Were you the first to play Hangerback Walker in a competitive scene? Yeah, nobody was talking about that card before I showed up with the blue-white control deck that week at SCG. I was SCG Chicago, if I recall correctly. Played on the AstroTurf field at a soccer dome. Alright, one Trogdor, please. Good night. Six probably got a little bit of a clunky Charizard matchup. I'd have to imagine they get set up before we could run them down a lot of the time. Especially with first energy advantage. We have our real attackers to get set up here. So energy, X speed, get pumping up. Well, we get to steal that first energy advantage back here on the back of a Moltres, potentially. It's likely a Growlithe or a Charmander here. Hey, how good are your dancing moves? It appears to be a footloose situation, chat. Dancing is not allowed. Full art diff, yep. Not just a full art, we have a flared full art, thank you very much. The saddest part about this feeling like the better Blaine deck is there's no reason to use my full art Rapidashes anymore. Which makes me big sad. It's such a good piece of art. I assume they're retreating to the other Moltres here. Honestly, I think we're still in trouble here. I need to draw our other Rapidash, I think, to have a real shot. They can always flip 3 more tails. Unfortunately, it looks like the pendulum's swinging back around here. So you're saying there's a chance. That tail's unfortunate, because it means they can live next turn. So they crack us with Arcanine. And then we put in Rapidash and crack them back. And then they clear us. And then we draw a Ninetales and clear the Arcanine. I suppose if I draw Blaine and flip heads here, we might actually just clean them out. Would be insane. One a little better than 1 in 5 to draw Blaine. Edge. That makes us more likely to have the Ninetales at least, though. Go. I don't know if I want another cheap thing on my bench, actually. Another thing with low HP they could Sabrina me into. They shouldn't have time to get this Charmeleon going, right? Charizard would be scary, but it would take them forever to work their way up to it. I think we're good to go from here. Because Ninetales comes up, and then because these both have damage marked on them at this point, we get to Flamethrower this, and then Blaine plus Flamethrower clears whatever they have. I guess they could Sabrina us. But if they Sabrina us, they're not marking damage on the Ninetales. It just buys them a turn, and they didn't put energy on Charmeleon, so buying a turn really isn't that scary. And they have to know we're a Blaine deck, right? Like nobody's playing Ninetales and Rapidash without those cards. Sabrina into Inferno Dance hitting at least 1 heads. 2 heads? It would be 2 heads. Wait, what? Honey. Honey, you had it and you missed it up? Opponent flubbed. I guess they could have second Sabrina and potentially be okay here. They have second Sabrina they could get us, I suppose. Because I don't have a retreat cost 1 to go with the X speed. But we're beating Potion. We're losing to double Potion. Usually the Arcanine builds don't have room to play double Potion. They usually don't have room for double Sabrina either. They're very, very limited on their deck slots. They're playing a stage 1, a stage 2, and basics passed out. Okay. Just letting us know what you got. So the opponent could have bricked on the Moltres coins, but if they hadn't bricked on the Moltres coins, I think they were supposed to leave this up and put energy on here with the turn they Sabrina'd me, because I couldn't X Leaf and Blaine this to clear it. Close game. Close game. Chance we won it even if the opponent played a little tighter. I wish we had a little bit more of a middle ground, Papa. I agree, I'm really not a fan of Snap System where we, like, get leaks and data mines on upcoming cards, like, 3 months in advance. But I would really enjoy, like, a week or a week and a half spoiler season leading up to a set release in Pocket where they show us a few cards every day up until the set. I definitely don't like Snap System of everybody knowing everything 3 months in advance. Really doesn't feel great for me personally, but I would like a little bit of lead. From a content hype perspective, like that week before a set release tends to be like the lowest point in content metrics, so having that be a week of spoilers is good for your community. Appreciate the support. I spread these to both of these for now. Give me flexibility to attack with either next turn. You know, it's funny. I was actually debating if I wanted to use X speed to retreat this, so I think I'll happily take a Sabrina and just be like, yep, thanks for making my decision for me. Burn this Blaine, question mark? Yeah, because if I use Blaine this turn, it means even if I flip tails, Moltres can finish this next turn, yeah? Oh, actually, they're not even clearing this, yeah? I have a window here. Wake on up. I think we pull this out and save it to be able to crack something else later. I think we X-speed it out and then use Moltres to finish here. Pokemon Pocket does not currently have any type of official content creator program and does not share anything in advance. I chat with the general Pokemon influencer manager, but they work with all things Pokemon related and they don't always have much to share about Pocket when I've reached out. The execute play to the bench is bold. It means that we clear them with the Sabrina here. I don't think I'm letting Moltres go down here. I think it's energy, Ninetales. It's a shame we didn't draw Leaf. Bail this out, crack you for at least 60, and then we have 120 and then 110. God forbid we hit heads here. Yeah. Rapidash, looking chunky. Now the question is, do they have a copy of Leaf? Eric ain't gonna do it, gamer. We're done here. People keep asking me how Magmar is, so we'll let him go ahead and get the game-winning attack here, so he can feel like he's a part of the team. I would be shocked if Executor Butterfree was genuinely good. I haven't decided if I'm going to dip back into Snap tomorrow when their new drops go live, because I assume drops will still have okay numbers, but... there was just a lot of things came to a head with Marvel Snap all at once. Them having first energy advantage here is real bad for us. And if I'm being completely honest, part of my personal reason I'm not doing a lot of Marvel Snap content right now is because I can mention the game a singular time and within 30 seconds get a take out of chat that's so awful I feel like I need to ban someone about it. The community sentiment around the game is just like in the absolute pits and makes it so unenjoyable to try and make content for. All right, well, we've stolen back the first energy advantage here, essentially. I'm going to spread these energies out, because if I draw Rapidash, or Ninetales next turn, we could go X speed, Ninetales, clear this in one, which is great. Alright, so we'll X speed out here. We'll Blaine. We hit heads, we clear the Pikachu. The Moltres going to 20 here means that's 2 points to a Zeb Strike at any point in time here, so I really need to hit with this, so that way we can hit with it again next turn. Nice. This game looking real clean for us, potentially. Huge flip in this moment. That'll do, pig. That'll do. It's got some free wins, but also has a lot of player agency. It's almost ever right to play out the second Moltres in this deck. Rip. There are copies of Blaine in my deck. Slight Punch, thank you for the 17 months. It's a shame we didn't draw our copy of Leaf, but we'll totally burn double X speed here to get Rapidash up to the active. It's a tough coin to miss, because it gives them time to power up a Marshadow on the bench to clear the Rapidash afterwards. Well, that means none of the next one. We'll probably Blaine to play around the Tails next turn. Yeah, with second Blaine, that's definitely the line. I'm actually going to put this energy on Magmar, so that way if they don't play another basic out, we can switch to Magmar and clear the Hitmonlee. Yeah, Magmar's never the ideal attacker in this deck, but it just gives you a little bit of consistency in the games where your other extra attacker doesn't quite come together for you. They haven't played any X speeds yet, so good chance they, yeah, switch to the Duck and clear us here. I think we're just gonna toot the Magmar. I have a copy of Leaf in my deck to draw eventually. Only 6 cards left. And also, like, if they don't get anything else going, the Magmar just clears them in 2 more. Yeah, nice. Yeah, dead to Magmar. Sicko. What a sicko. Psychic Jigglypuff. Feeling sleepy, gamers? I don't think I'm playing on a second Vulpix to start in this deck. Between Moltres and the Magmar, and even second Rapidash, I think the odds we want 2 Ninetales set up tends to be low. So I'm gonna wait to make that commitment here. Kangamama. There's the name I haven't heard in a long time. Jigglypuff sings us the song of her people. No, sir. No, thank you. Oh. Man, I really wish we would have hit. Really wish we would have hit heads last turn. I'm going to take the stomp here because it means Ninetales plus Blaine kills this next turn. But it's sad that I have to give up Ponyta and the energy in order to do this. I guess hitting heads here means I don't have to use the Blaine. Alia, thank you for the over 4 years. Welcome back. Thrin, thank you for the 53 months. Good morning, good morning. I mean, and honestly, if they give this knockout up here... Oh, I was going to say it means Blaine gives us our next knockout point the following turn. It's fine, we'll just top deck a second, huh? Likely Moltres. Go ahead and Trogdor the Wiggly. What, I play like Psychic Sleepers with Wiggly and Hypno here? Alright. 1 and 8 to win the game with Blaine. You're late. I think we just do this now, right? Because it means I have the win guaranteed next turn. They're only taking their second knockout point here. Interesting decision point. Where it's like not right to put them to 10 when we can clear them with the Blade next turn. They like put up a second Wiggly EX that we can't clear in one, but we win the game so long as they knock us out here. So 75% to win the game. Oh no, wait. And then if we could also just wake up, yeah? Cool. JK. There were a lot of coins there that could break our way. So long as they knocked us out or we woke up.